Hello, welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we are going to be practicing our conversation skills, concentrating on one topic, and that topic is money. Money, 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 money. A chance for those of you who were following the last class here on Verbling to practice perhaps some of your vocabulary or idioms, which we were learning in my last hour here. This class will be conversation based. I'll be facilitating a conversation and talking to you all about money related things. And as we get going, if you guys feel like talking to each other, hey, go ahead. I will be giving feedback as far as pronunciation features or vocabulary suggestions or possibly grammar and sentence structure issues or problems. Okay, we're talking money. Woohoo, money, yippee. Okay, welcome to the class. Hello, Miguel.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, hello. How are you?
Fine. Fine. And you?
Okay, hanging in there. Miguel, where are you from?
I'm from Spain, from
Okay.
Madrid.
From where? In Spain?
I live in Madrid.
Madrid. Oh, okay, the big city. Okay. Well, welcome to the class. We're happy to have you here. Also, let me welcome Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome back.
Hello again.
Hello again. Welcome back. And also, hello, Ileana. Nice to see you again.
Yes, hello, me too.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. Okay, we're talking money. Okay, Miguel, is it possible to have too much money?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
possible? I don't know. You wouldn't know. Test me, he says. Try me out. I'll let you know. Yeah.
Everybody wants, but we are trying, no, to
Yeah.
get as much as possible.
Yeah, we're all trying. Scrambling and scraping. What do you think of the old proverb, money is the root of all evil? Have you ever heard that?
Well, probably if you have money, you can do more things, and probably bad things too. I don't know. I don't know about this.
Okay. If money is the root of all evil, I'm practically an angel. There you go. Okay. Rebecca, what do you think of this proverb? Money is the root of all evil.
Well, it could be. It depends on the use of anyone do on it, you know. So it depends on the person can handle the big amount of money. For some people, it's a win, you know. For other ones, no, it's okay, and they have a comfortable and a nice life.
Okay. Okay. Well, speaking about doing money for good, in Spain, is it common for people to donate or contribute money to charities and charitable organizations? Is that kind of a normal thing?
Well, I think you can find some people who do that, but it's not as common as it could be in America, you know. I think for my, you know, my idea is that, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I'm an American, and America does have that reputation, I think, of being quite charitable. And it is. But you know, I have to say, now I live in the Philippines, and it's I don't know how to say it. It's
It
different.
changed your point of view from
It
now.
did. It did. And it's very common here. You know, somebody comes to your house and they say, "Can you help me? My father has cancer. I can't afford to uh, buy the medication." And so you give them what you have. You have 100 pesos, a couple hundred pesos, $5, something. What you have lying
Really?
sitting on top of your refrigerator. This is very normal. I mean,
People
this happens.
are very generous there. So
And it happens to everyday working people that are living in their house. People come up to them, and people give money away on a much more personal level. In America, it's very, oh, I contributed $500 to cancer research. Good for me. You know,
yeah.
it's much more corporate, much
Yeah, I
more.
think it's an image, maybe. I want to improve my image as a company or as a businessman, so I'm going to give this money for cancer, for,
Yeah,
okay,
that
everything,
kind of, yeah, like that.
Maybe,
And
yeah, you're right, yes.
And that happens a lot. But here in the Philippines, people are extremely generous, but generous they don't give a lot, but they give something. They give what they have. All the time I see people, you know, you're walking down the street and you have a bunch of bananas, and there's some poor kid who's obviously very poor. You'll see just a normal person take a couple bananas off, and here you go, here's something to eat. The kid's not even asking for it. I mean, this kind of generosity, and you know, nobody thinks about it here. It's super common. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
Yeah,
in the culture, it's their mentality. Yeah.
yeah,
It
yeah. I
looks, you
guess.
know what? It looks to me like it could be Spain years ago. you know? No, no, not
Okay.
right now. But
Okay.
from
Uh,
stories that my grandmother told me, people used to be like that years ago. All neighbors help each other, and things like that. Yeah,
yeah,
nowadays not happen anymore.
yeah. What is happening to the world? It's because of money. Uh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm going to ask people different questions, but I want to get people's opinion about this proverb. Ileana, what do you think of the proverb? Money is the root of all evil.
Um, from the from one side, it's really hard to disagree with that because in so many situations, it's obvious. I think so, but I think the real evil is inside of us, and it doesn't mean do you have money or not. You will always have the reason to be bad man or good man. It doesn't matter if you have money or not. But yes, sometimes it's very hard to how to say, to get used to money. Or
Yeah.
how possible to say, to understand that you have a chance, that it's a chance to do something good, but not no, how to say, yeah, it's not your it's not your goal, it's just your chance to do something more.
Okay. You know, there's 3 proverbs that I think goes one to the next to the next. Money is the root of all evil. Okay. Well, they're a circle or a triangle, I guess. Money is the root of all evil. Money is power. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Get my meaning? It's not really the money itself, it's the power that it gives people that corrupts people and causes evil. That's my point. That's my kind of view. But all right. Okay, Ileana, is it kind of same question as Rebecca? Is it normal for people to give money to others in your country, either as I described on a personal level, like to beggars or to people on the street, or to charitable organizations? Is this kind of normal?
You know,
Not so much.
Russia is a big country, and it depends where it depends where.
Ah.
So in Moscow City, in the center, no, it's not a normal thing. I mean, on the street or somewhere in real situations, but we have different kinds of organizations, and so right now it's moving on, and we have different options. So you can just send one message, or so it's very easy to donate, I don't know, 100 of rubles, or so it's not a big deal. It means that it's not very it's very simple, or let's see, it's very easy. Yeah, it's very easy to do this, but it's about money, and yes, but it's not so not popular, but it's not so like in America, you know, it's not for you actually. So Russians never talk about that everywhere.
Okay.
It like, I don't know, it's the sense of my life to do this kind of things, or like this.
Okay. Well, there's another huge factor which plays into this, and for Americans anyway, not even so much the recognition you might get from being charitable or the respect from others, but another huge factor is the fact that charitable donations, as long as they're legally done, and there's charitable organizations are fully tax deductible in America. You can deduct this from your taxes. So many people feel, I want to give money to the Cancer Society instead of the stupid government.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, right. So sometimes it's not all altruism, you know, the feeling of giving to create happiness, or to, you know, altruistic. It's not necessarily completely altruism and goody-good feelings. Sometimes it's just, I'd rather give my money to anybody else than the government. You know, that's also a factor, I think. Okay in Russia? Is it tax deductible to donate money to the poor or cancer research?
Yes, but I think it's not so popular like in the US. So it's popular in Moscow. But as I said, Russia is a really big country, and we have cities and places where people just surviving. They can't think about this kind of things. So
right. Gotcha.
I mean, imagine, to donate their $100 they have per month for somebody else, because they have no option to do this.
Okay. Okay. Let me say hello to Ken and talk to Ken for a little while. Hi, Ken. Welcome back.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Okay. I want to ask you a couple questions. My lead-in question. First of all, what do you think of the proverb, money is the root of all evil? What do you think about this proverb?
Yeah, maybe money has a huge impact to our life, and as you said, money is related to power, and powerful people. Yeah, maybe if people got power without any checking, that cause maybe that's a root of corruption, both physical. Yeah, so that's a basic concept of why democracy happened in the 200 years ago in Europe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I learned in the one class in the university.
What would happen? Let me pose a hypothetical.
Mhm.
And anybody else who has a strong opinion about this or any opinion,
Mhm.
I would love you to share it. There's no answer. This is a crazy thing. What if the entire world became absolute and true communists?
Mhm.
And okay, all the ridiculously wealthy people, if
Mhm.
we all shared our money, if we all had to write down exactly what we own and how much money we have,
Mhm.
and we were going to share all the money absolutely perfectly evenly amongst every human being on the earth,
Mhm.
what would happen? Besides a giant war. what would happen in such a I know it's crazy. It's a crazy hypothetical.
Mhm.
Any
Maybe
ideas?
some novel experience a situation, and the problem is, how can I say? Maybe if it is all equal, maybe human will lose the motivation. That happened in
Ah,
and another problem is maybe former communist regime, and because they got absolute power, so no one criticized them. So the system itself cannot be updated or cannot be devised themselves.
so
So I think it's a matter of balance. But what is happening now in a financial kind of capitalism? Just a money game. People earn a huge profit from just a money game, producing nothing.
yeah.
And the have and gap between have and have not became wider and wider. It's very intolerable level now, especially in America, I've heard. So something wrong actually. That's also, yeah, that type of societies also have a lot of problem relating to money.
Right. Okay. So if I understand you, and I like this idea, I hadn't really thought about it. Somebody has to organize this dividing up the money evenly with everyone on Earth. And whoever's organizing this, forget about it. Yeah, it's never going to end up fair. It just wouldn't. It couldn't. It can't. Okay, very good. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna actually. Okay, let me. Anybody in class, do you have any brilliant ideas? What would happen if all the money on Earth were divided up evenly amongst all the people on Earth? First of all, we'd all be wealthy. I don't know if you realize that, but there's plenty of money on Earth for all the people on Earth. First of all, we'd all basically be millionaires. There's that much money or worth in the world. Anybody got any crazy ideas? Okay, Ken, I like your idea that we're losing motivation. People might lose motivation if it actually worked. All right, that's fair. Okay, let me go back to Miguel then, if nobody has any earth-shattering ideas. Miguel, Ken just mentioned the widening income gap between really the ultra-rich, the top 1%, as they're called in the media frequently, everybody else, especially the middle class and lower income classes. The widening gap of income. First of all, is this a problem in Spain?
Yes, I think that now we are in a period of time, in a crisis time, and also this gap will be improving and will be bigger, and there are more rich people, and also it's a big problem because uh, at the end more people don't have money to eat to survive every day, and the society is a big problem in the society because
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people can do the things that they want, and on the other hand, the other people have enough money or
Okay.
to spend in things that are absolutely idiot. Well,
Okay. All right. You've basically described the problem. All right. Just a little note on English, just pronunciation a little bit.
okay,
It's a crisis, two-syllable word,
crisis,
not Christ, but crisis. And society, society.
society,
There's a little.
society.
That's it. The stress was not right. Society. It's a problem for society. Okay. Why? Why? Why is this happening? Why is this gap increasing? Mostly, okay, in Spain, definitely in the United States, big time. Here, where I now live in the Philippines, everywhere, as far as I know. I don't know any place where this is not happening. If somebody can inform me of a country where this is not happening, I'd love to hear about it because it would be news to me. Yeah. Why? Why is this
Why?
happening?
Um, I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
The
it's going to be
society, the economy, the global economy have this statement, and I think that there is easier to be more rich if you are rich. If you are rich.
it's easy to get richer if you're already rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, unquestionably. Right, and that is becoming more and more so. Is that your point?
Yes, I think.
Okay,
that.
it's becoming more difficult if you're coming from an underprivileged background. In English, we use privileged. All right, meaning you grow up with wealth, you're privileged, or underprivileged, you grow up poor or middle, lower income, whatever. We use that word privilege to actually talk about somebody who already has that advantage of having wealth in their families. Okay. Okay. Rebecca, what do you think? Do you have any theories? Oh, I also wanted to say, Miguel, anything you say is just a theory because the best economists in the world can't explain why this is happening. So don't worry. The Pope can't explain why it's happening. So I didn't really expect you to have a perfect answer. We're just conjecture. We're fooling around making guesses. We're just talking. Rebecca, you have any theories? Why is the income gap widening? So
well, I
dramatic.
think it's because rich people want to be more rich, richer, want to be richer.
Yeah, but when haven't they? Haven't they since, whatever, since the first caveman crawled out? Didn't he want more rocks and more clubs than the other caveman?
Well, it's a tendency around the world, it's the system. I think the system is not working, good. So, well, we'll see in the future what's going to happen with the society. I mean, with the regular people, no the rich and the comfortable people, just the regular people who are the most around the world. So, we'll see in the future what happened because. Societies are always changing, and maybe now is the started of a new period of a different way of living. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't think anybody knows, actually. I mean, there was a period, for example, in the United States in the 50s and 60s and into the 70s, at least, where the gap was actually shrinking between the really rich and the middle class, and the middle class was growing and growing and growing. Poor people were shrinking and shrinking, rich were shrinking, middle class was growing. Totally
Good
different.
period for American people.
Yeah, it was, Americans even nowadays think of that as like the golden age. It was great. Everybody was happy. It was good for everyone. Really. It was good for the rich people, good for the middle income. The poor people didn't have it so bad. It was good for everyone.
Yeah.
So, Americans are quite, to be blunt, pissed off about the way things are going right now.
Pissed off. What do you mean? What do you mean with that?
Pissed off. Okay, well, not exactly polite language. Don't say this to
I
your
know the
priest.
meaning of pissed off, but I want to know what is
Okay.
the meaning of the, the sentence
They're
with
angry. They're
American
angry
people.
about the fact that their income has not increased for 20 or 30 years. They're angry that, on the other hand, there's a small, actually in the United States, it's like 0.01% of the population that owns 50% of all the money. They're upset about that. They'd like to have a raise after 30 years. Please.
Wow.
But that happens in every country, doesn't it?
Right, but why is it happening? It didn't used to happen. That's my question.
So that's
Because of
the
the
essential
system.
of capitalism.
Okay. Let me talk to this new student. Hi. What's your name? Hi.
You call me Rusha or
Rusha.
Yeah.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Oakley.
Nice to meet
Great.
you.
Great. I'm glad you're interested in talking. So talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking about capitalism. I'm not sure because way back when the new China first is established, there's no big difference between wealthy people and poor people. Like people are on the same level. But now, because of I guess it's kind of even though they're still saying China is still like a communist party, it's still, but they added the element of capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is like they're saying this is a Chinese specialized communism. But yeah, so that's why nowadays in China there's also a big difference between wealthy people and poor people. Just there are more wealthy people and there are more poor people. It's just like, yeah, the differences are enlarged.
Okay. Yes, I agree. Now you mentioned capitalism, and I think you're onto something there. Actually, I think it does have to. In the United States, it's been a capitalist country since day one. However, the difference, and actually, the United States had a period in time in the late 1800s where it was like this. Actually, the widening income gap, and then some things changed after the Great Depression. Some rules were made.
Okay.
Capitalism wasn't allowed to run free and wild on the plains. Restrictions and rules the banks had to follow, and rules against monopolies of companies. Just one company selling all the oil or selling electricity or whatever. There were rules made. And these rules since the 1980s in America have been dropped one by one by one by one. So
okay,
now
so you mean because of the absence of these rules that makes the gap wider?
I don't know if that's all of it, but my opinion, just strictly my opinion.
But if there's a monopoly, then there will be like, for example, if there's only one company just monopolize the whole industry, then that company will make a lot of money.
Clearly,
and then that will, like, I instinctively like, so the gap will be wider. If there's no monopoly, then there's several companies in competition, and they cannot raise the price so high because there's a mechanism. Yeah, yeah.
Precisely. That's exactly it. Exactly. And now, okay, think about it. At least in America, I can't answer for your countries because I don't know, but in America, there's fewer and fewer media companies, newspapers, magazines, television news, fewer and fewer banks.
Oh, you mean the trend is get like fewer now. Even though you are saying the rule of monopoly is being
No, no, no.
destroyed.
They destroyed the rules against monopolies.
Mhm.
Okay. In the 1800s, there were huge monopolies for the railroad, things that telegraph, things that were
Yeah, yeah.
important back then. You know, and they created rules to break up the monopolies. A
Uh-huh.
monopoly hasn't been broken up in the United States since Ma Bell in the 1970s, which was beginning to be a monopoly. That's why, actually, in the news right now, there's this big hoopla about Pfizer, the pharmaceutical drug company, is buying Allegro, or I can't remember their name. Sorry. They're buying another, swallowing. Pfizer is an enormous pharmaceuticals company, and they're swallowing up another big company to make another huge
Yeah,
mega.
Yeah, that's the trend.
That's the trend, right?
Yeah, because like
Well,
for
there you go.
example, yeah,
That
like
used
Google
to,
by YouTube or these, yeah.
yeah, that used to not happen. I mean, there used to be rules against that happening. That's what I'm talking about. Anti-monopoly rules.
Okay, I see.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. Where are you from, Rusha?
I'm from China.
Oh, are you? Okay. Well, welcome to the class.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you. Thank you
Nice to meet you.
thanks for jumping in and contributing. I tend to get going. I get excited about these things. Yeah. Yeah. I have my own theories. Okay. Let me give somebody else a chance here. Ileana. See, I can only speak for America what I know. I don't really know what's going on in other countries and what's happening. How about in Russia? Is the income gap widening?
Yes, we have the same problem, but
Mhm.
and it's obvious. Like I said before, it's very easy to see this if you live or traveling across. If you live in Moscow, or if you're just a foreigner who traveling across the country, and they can see total, let's see, absolutely different situations in Moscow and the same. So in Moscow school, for just for comparison, yeah, to compare in Moscow school or a school in somewhere there in Siberia or on Ural or somewhere else. So it's different countries. So they speak Russian. There is only one thing is the same, but everything is totally different.
Mm-hmm. Are we talking? Okay, I'm gonna lay an English collocation, English phrase. Concentrations of wealth. So are you saying, like, in some places like Moscow, there's a lot more wealth per capita income than in other places?
Yeah.
More rural places, more provincial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know something, Ileana? Here, I live in the Philippines now, and in the Philippines, they have a minimum wage for the country, but it's totally different minimum wage in Manila, the big capital city here. Everything's different. It's like a different country going to Manila. The food is twice as expensive, the housing is twice as expensive, but the salary is also twice as much. It's like a completely different country from everywhere else here. Is it like that in Russia?
Yes,
Similar?
of course.
Yeah, okay. I can relate to that. I get it. Yeah. The key is to get a really good paying job in
but
Moscow.
it's not, yes, just a question
Yeah.
for you. It's not the same in America. Do you agree?
Well, to some degree.
It's not, oh, of course it's different in LA and somewhere in South Carolina or like that. Of course, but it's not like $100 and $2,000. No, I mean,
Yeah,
the difference
that
is not like the same. Yes.
Yeah, not that
Because in
extreme.
Russian
Yeah, no.
we have it like this.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, the
Oh,
difference.
that's
Yeah.
extreme. Okay. And if here in the Philippines, I'd say twice is a good measurement. Twice is expensive.
No,
In
10 times in Russia.
really? No
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah, for the teacher, for example.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's new information for me. That's fascinating. I have to think about that one.
So 5,000 in Moscow. Oh, okay, not 5. Let it be 3,000 dollars per month in Moscow, and I know 200 in somewhere in Voronezh.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Of
Well,
course,
that's an
of
eye-opener.
course it depends. It depends that when you work in
Of course.
yes, in a common school, which is free for everybody, and you work in a school in Moscow, but it's not really a privileged school. It's just a good school.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Okay. That's fascinating. All right. Let me fly on over to Ken here. Ken, okay, Eliana's bringing up a really eye-opening thing for me, at least, talking about concentrations of wealth in the country, having like expenses and salaries be completely different in different parts of the country. Is it like that in Japan at all?
Somewhat. Tokyo people
Tokyo,
can
yeah.
earn more salary than here, but commodity price, especially land price or rental price, is very high there. Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes to rent a parking lot cost maybe to rent one house here. So that's the reason. Yeah, it's true. And that's why maybe nowadays Tokyo people, especially young people, don't have a car. Because public transportation is pretty good there. So, but if they get on a car, they have to get involved with a traffic jam or something. So, using public transportation is much more costly and comfortable there.
Right. Okay. Okay. Interesting. What about the? Okay, we're talking about two different things here, but I wonder if they're related. I'm not sure. You have these concentrations of wealth in the major cities. I remember back in the, I don't know, 70s and 80s when whatever political pundits and academics were saying, oh, because of the advent of the internet, people are going to start moving to rural areas and cities will become depopulated.
Yeah.
So much for that idea. That didn't really pan out very well.
Yeah, it's mostly because of the job opportunities.
Yeah, in the
There's
cities.
just much better
I know
job
China
opportunities.
definitely has a big
issue just to crowd it in
the
big
cities.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the inflation is so high. The house, they are saying even the house in Shanghai is even more expensive than a house in Manhattan. That's ridiculous. So
really?
So just to, for example, just to maybe just 2-bedroom. It just every per square meter, it's like 50,000 renminbi. Yeah.
Okay. Now you're asking me to use my higher math skills.
I actually.
How many RMB? What is it? 6 point something now?
Yeah.
To the American dollar.
So if you divide it by 6, so it's almost like if you just divide by 5, let's say just make it a little bit easier to calculate. So it's almost 10,000 per square meter.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
and like very tiny apartments. Yeah,
Let's
it's
let's let's talk about something practical. And we'll
yeah.
go. I want
I'm
to go all the
sorry
way
to
around.
yeah.
No, no, no. It's fine. It's fine. Just out of curiosity, because this is always I've done this before in classes, and it's interesting. Can a liter of gas, how much does it cost now? Well, we know that gas prices have been very volatile in the last 5 years.
Yeah, last
Gasoline
maybe last
for your
year
car.
it was expensive. Nowadays it is getting lower.
Yeah, it's dropping.
Maybe 100 120 yen per liter in this area.
120
Yen.
what? Yen. Okay.
Yeah, that means
How much would that be in let's try to put it in American dollars if we can. Most people know.
usually 100 yen is around $1.
Okay.
Now,
So you're,
yeah, it's a bit more than $1 now. Now current rate.
okay, a little bit over $1.
Yeah.
Okay. Here in the Philippines, it's a little bit less than $1 per liter.
Mhm.
Actually, like more like 80 cents.
Mhm.
It's definitely gone down a lot. It was double that
Mm.
5 years ago, 4 years ago. It was double that.
Mm.
Okay, Miguel, liter of gas in Spain.
I think that is around $1, more or less.
About $1, about the same as Japan. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Rebecca, you live in a different area of Spain, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now, Miguel lives in the big city. He lives in Madrid. You live somewhere
Yes.
else. How much is gasoline where you live per liter?
Well, to be honest, I don't know exactly. I think it's around €1, you know.
Okay, which would make it. What's a euro to $1 now? Euros.
I'm not sure. It's
Like
almost the same. It's almost the same. But, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So again, okay. Okay. So all right, we're all about the same. Russia. How about in China? How much is a liter of gasoline?
Actually, I don't know.
No idea.
No idea.
You don't see the signs when you're driving down the road with the. No.
Actually, I currently I live in US. I'm
Oh, you do?
originally from China, but I was just
Okay.
yeah, I was
What
so
is-
like I stayed up so late. You'll be very
Okay.
surprised.
What-
Yeah.
What is it in the United States? I don't even have
Actually,
any
I
idea.
told you, and you will also be surprised. I'm currently living in New York City. I don't drive, and I haven't looked at the gasoline price. But before I moved to New York City, I live in like a suburb of Baltimore and a suburb of Chicago. I used to drive. It's around like $3. I think the highest I got is like $4. But I know now they are dropping. But I haven't drive a car for 3 years since I moved to New York City.
Okay, 3
Yeah.
years. Okay. So it might have gone down quite a lot. Oh, all right. How about in Russia, Ilyana? How much for a liter of gas?
Yes, it depends because we have right now it's 60 cents.
60
But
Okay.
yeah, it depends because we have problems with the rate. Maybe you know, Russian ruble is very weak right now
Yeah.
against the dollar. That means that yeah, right now it's 60 cents.
Oh, good deal. Okay. I've had this discussion like I don't think it for like a year or so, but what's always amazing is when I have students from like Saudi Arabia or Algeria, and they're like 6 cents, 8 cents a liter, 12 cents. Okay. But of course, those are huge oil and gas producing states, and they don't use oil and gas for the consumers to make tax money, which I think they probably do in most of our countries. They probably put high taxes on gasoline. Yes, everyone? Yeah, well, in the United States, that's why United States is probably still like $2 a gallon, because $1 of that is tax. But okay, a gallon is like 3.5 liters, so that makes it different. Okay,
Yeah, I think the highest I got is even like four and a half like dollars.
Right, but again, you're talking about a gallon, which is like 3.5 liters. So you're still coming out about $1
Yeah,
a liter,
okay.
roughly. Okay. All right, let's talk about something. What is something that we probably would all buy? What is something that would be common
Bread.
everywhere? Bread.
Food.
All right, very good. Bread. Great. Ileana, how much is bread? Like a loaf of bread, like common supermarket sliced bread.
Okay, in rubles, 20 rubles, it means that 30 cents or 25, something like that.
Really?
Moscow? Yes, but in Moscow, we have bread for $10. No problem. Everything is for you.
What? $10?
Yes, delivered from Austria or
Oh,
no
okay.
problem. It's very
All right.
delicious everywhere
All right.
in a supermarket. You can buy it for, yeah.
Okay. But a normal family, a normal working blue-collar family would buy a regular loaf of bread for how much? For
Yeah, I think, yes, 30 cents, 25,
30 cents.
30.
That's cheap.
It's quite cheap, yes. But the quality is, so I would never buy that. I usually spend $2 or $1.50. It means that the flour will be more yeah, better.
Okay.
And so it's
Yeah.
made with seeds or something like that. So it's not the plain sandwich bread with no taste. So
Right.
usually
Plain white bread. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, Ken. How about okay? That's still ridiculously cheap for even the plain, low-priced white bread. Ken, what would that cost in Japan? I don't know.
Yeah, usual white bread one package of sliced bread would cost around 100 yen.
To $1.
Up to the quality. The cheapest
Right.
one is less than 100 in the sales of the supermarket. Maybe if you want to hire one, yeah, you can be higher maybe 500 yen from the hot bakery or something.
Okay, all right. There's fancy bread, so let's stick with the kind of basic, low-quality white bread. About $1. All right.
Okay, it's around less than $1 to $2. Yeah.
Okay, $1 to $2. Okay, here in the Philippines, $1.50 would be cheap, really. $1.50 to $2 for a loaf of bread. Okay, talk to me about Spain, Miguel. How much is a loaf of bread?
To be honest, I don't know. I think around one, because I usually eat bread like baguette. You know,
Baguette? Yeah.
baguette.
Yummy. Delicious.
We don't usually eat white bread.
Okay.
And it's around €1, more or less. Less than
about
€1.
$1. All right. Fine. Rebecca, do you have any idea? I know you eat healthy too. You probably don't eat sliced white bread, but do you have any idea because you saw the price?
No, I don't know. No. I made my own bread and I don't.
Make your own bread.
Oh yes.
Okay.
I don't eat that bread.
Send me some, please. Yeah. Okay. How about in New York City? $20 a loaf.
I think it's not very expensive, but I usually do not do the shopping. But from what I recall before, it depends. If there's the hard one, the French one, it's very cheap, like $2. But there's It's it depends where you get it. You cannot go to Manhattan to buy it. It will be it will be expensive. But I live in
Right.
Queens.
Oh,
There's
do
a
you?
lot of there's a lot of Chinese supermarket, and they're cheaper.
Okay.
There's just a big difference there. Everything is
Where do you live in? Where do you live in Queens? I used to live out in Jamaica, going out
No,
toward
I
the
live
island.
in Regal Park. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, nice.
Regal Park, Forest Hill. Yeah.
Forest Hills, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I lived in the kind of slummy part of town.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
I
I
know
was a
what you
student.
mean.
I was a student. It was a long time ago. I was a college student. I have a reason. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, there's Flushing and Amherst. There's a lot of Chinese supermarkets. They just
Okay. Yeah.
they just cheaper.
Okay. All right. Well, we're still all around the same area, except again, Russia's way cheaper in in everything. I really wouldn't have thought that for some reason, but okay. Looks like I'm paying the most for bread here in the Philippines, which actually figures because all wheat is imported. Can't grow wheat here. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Does anybody? Okay. Speaking of money, I want to. Okay. I'm going to give you a proposal. I want you to give me a proposal back. All right. Here's something that I can export to you, whoever you are, wherever you are, from the Philippines. I can buy 100 kilos of mango. If you guys like mango, I can buy 50 kilos, which is about 120 pounds. 50 kilos of mango, roughly 120 pounds. I can buy that for about $1. I would love to start exporting these. How much money could I get for my mangoes in your fine city? I would love to export mangoes, or even dried mango chips, or okay. What would you like to export from your country, Ileana? What can you export? Provided there's no sanctions or any weirdness like that. What can we trade?
You mean just
I'll send
for,
you mango.
for people, or so something simple? Not a gas.
What is something that's very
Natural
cheap?
gas.
Well, gas. Okay, all right. Russia gas. Okay, well,
Yeah, of
yeah.
course. It's
All right.
synonyms.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, all right. Well, we all know.
Because just to understand, so in 1 kilo, how many pieces of mango you have? I mean, usually in Asia they have really big. Oh, not so big.
They're the small Indian mangoes, like this big.
Okay. So three per kilo, or 3, 4?
Yeah, 3 or 4 per kilo. That's about exactly right.
3, 4. Okay, because we have in Russia, we have a price for only 1 mango. We have no prices for kilo of mango. And one mango costs in US dollars. Okay, let me think. 300 rubles, about $1 per one.
Per one.
Or okay. Not $1. I'm sorry, $10. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
Math.
I'm going to be insanely wealthy.
Yes, and we have big things which is very tasty and ripe, and it costs. Okay, so small one costs, I think, less maybe $7 or $6, and $11 per big one.
Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm drooling. I'm becoming evil as I sit here and talk to you.
But it's very exotic. It's really exotic. So it's not very easy to find mango in Moscow in the winter. It's hard.
All right, marketing may be an issue. Gotcha. All right. I'll put you in charge of the marketing department, okay, Eliana?
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna make some money. Ken, what we want to do import export? I'll send you mango. What do you send me from Japan?
In the same price, cheap item. I mean,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Oh,
matter
okay.
if it's cars or
Certainly.
what is much cheaper in
Oh.
Japan than anywhere else in the world. That's the point.
cheaper here.
Yeah.
Sushi, raw fish.
Sushi. Oh, come on now. Yeah, Japan buys all the fish from everywhere else. I know how much of the American fish market gets sold in Japan. It's like 50% of all the fish caught in America are sent to Japan. You don't have your own fish.
Yeah, yes. We still fishing industry is still vital here.
Yeah, okay. But it still can't keep up with demand in your own country. What I'm saying, I've got mangoes, and we got more mangoes. We're just kicking mangoes down the street like dry leaves. There's so many mangoes here. That's why they just practically give them away. Miguel.
Okay, go ahead. Maybe since time is limited, go ahead.
Yeah, Miguel, what can you send me from Spain that's really cheap?
I don't know, because we are in Europe and all the products are at the same price, more or less. I think that in Spain with sunflower seed and in the rest of the world don't eat and will be cheaper than.
Well, personally, I love sunflower seeds, but Ukraine makes a lot of sunflower seeds, and so does Russia.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think you have some competition there.
I don't know.
Rebecca, do you have any ideas? You guys never sit around and think about how can I become a millionaire?
No.
Really? You don't play this game? Okay, am I the only one? Rebecca?
No, any special product come to my mind right now, but you know, we produce wine in Spain, very good wine. So there are some countries, there are many countries around the world that they don't have a wine, and everyone likes drink, you know. So it could be a good deal to export this from other to those countries.
Okay.
Actually, it is. Actually, it is. You know,
it is.
Yes.
You'd be. It's quite a story here in the Philippines. When even 5 or 6 years ago, you could not find a bottle of wine unless you hunted for a specialty shop. Now every supermarket has rows and rows of wine. Suddenly, it has become from zero popularity to very popular.
Okay, so can I ask you where is that wine come from?
Lots from Australia, Chile.
Yeah, it's too close. Yeah.
Australia, Chile. Actually, I frequently buy some Italian wines. I don't see Spanish wines very often, but if I see them, I buy them. And I like never see French wines. I never see American wines. I never see California wines.
It's my job, so I'm thinking now to sell wine in Philippines. You know, if you tell me there's any Spanish wine there, why not?
The booming market, and you don't have any competition, at least from Spain. So yeah, go for it.
Okay, I need to find some distributors there. Good. Okay, thank you for your.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I've got to go. I've got a private lesson I have to get to. I could have kept going for hours, but I'm sorry, I have to get going. So thank you very much, everyone.